know what breaks my heart? When a mama tells me she stopped making baby food because she read about heavy metals and now she's paralyzed with fear, spending a fortune on those fancy pouches that claim to be clean but still have the same issues. Listen, heavy metals are in 94% of all baby food, homemade and store-bought. But here's what they're not telling you. You can cut your baby's exposure by 80% just by knowing which foods to choose and how to prepare them. So today, I'm walking you through the 5 essential strategies that transform basic purees into gourmet baby meals while dodging those heavy metals and saving serious money. These 5 proven techniques are the Smart Swap system that cuts heavy metal exposure in half, the texture timeline that prevents picky eating before it starts, the batch cooking blueprint that saves you 3 hours every week, the safety storage method that keeps nutrients locked in, and the flavor layering secret that creates adventurous eaters from day one. The first thing you should do is implement the Smart Swap system. Let me tell you about when my neighbor's baby tested high for lead at their 12-month checkup. This mama was doing everything right. Organic produce, making everything from scratch. But she was unknowingly serving the worst combination of foods every single day. Sweet potato for breakfast, carrots for lunch, rice cereal for dinner. All high in heavy metals because root vegetables and rice absorb more from the soil. Here's what shocked me when I dug into the research. A 2024 FDA study found that simply rotating your ingredients can reduce heavy metal exposure by up to 80%. It's not about avoiding these foods completely, it's about being strategic. So here's exactly what you do. Number 1, replace rice cereal with oatmeal or quinoa as your go-to grain. Rice has 10 times more arsenic than other grains, and infant rice cereal has the highest levels of all. Number 2, limit root vegetables like sweet potatoes and carrots to just 2 to 3 times per week instead of daily. Mix in zucchini, butternut squash, peas, and green beans. These tested lowest for heavy metals in every study I found. The beauty is, these swaps actually save you money too. Oats cost half as much as rice cereal, and seasonal squashes are cheaper than sweet potatoes year-round. One mama in my community saved $40 a month just by making these simple switches while dramatically reducing her baby's exposure to harmful metals. Next, you need to master the texture timeline. I learned this the hard way with my first child. I kept him on smooth purees for too long because I was terrified of choking, and by 10 months, he refused anything with texture. Researchers found that babies who don't experience varied textures by 9 months are significantly more likely to become picky eaters. But here's what nobody tells you. You can progress through textures in just 4 simple phases. Phase 1 starts with your silky smooth purees for about 2 weeks. Just enough time for baby to learn the mechanics of swallowing. Phase 2, you simply mash with a fork instead of blending. This creates natural texture variations that prepare their mouth for more complex foods. Phase 3 introduces soft lumps. Think overcooked lentils mixed into smooth butternut squash puree. Phase 4 brings in tiny soft pieces they can pick up themselves alongside thicker purees. The key is spending no more than 2 to 3 weeks in each phase. Every baby develops differently, but researchers found that gradual progression prevents both choking fears and texture aversion. Plus, making these varied textures at home means you control exactly what goes in. No mysterious thickeners or preservatives like in store-bought options. Your third step is the batch cooking blueprint that changed everything for me. I used to spend an hour every day making fresh purees until I discovered this system. Now I spend 2 hours on Sunday, and I'm set for the entire week. But this isn't just about saving time, it's about creating variety without overwhelm. Here's exactly how you do it. Pick 3 vegetables, 2 fruits, and 1 protein for the week. Steam everything at once using a multi-tier steamer. Best $20 investment you'll ever make. While that's cooking, roast a tray of butternut squash in the oven. Blend each food separately first, then create combinations. From those 6 ingredients, you can make 15 different meal combinations for the week. The magic happens when you portion everything into ice cube trays, not fancy baby food containers that cost a fortune. Each cube is exactly 1 ounce, making portion control effortless. Freeze overnight, pop them into labeled freezer bags, and you've got 28 meals ready to go. Want butternut squash with chicken for lunch? Grab 2 cubes of squash, 1 of chicken, microwave for 30 seconds, done. Now that you understand batch cooking, let's talk about the safety storage method that keeps nutrients locked in. I discovered this after finding research showing that improper storage can destroy up to 50% of vitamins in homemade baby food. Here's what most parents get wrong. They make huge batches and leave them in the fridge for a week. After 3 days, bacterial growth accelerates and nutrients degrade rapidly. The solution is simple but specific. Fresh purees stay in glass jars in the fridge for maximum 72 hours. Everything else goes straight to the freezer within 2 hours of cooking. But here's the crucial part. Use the back of your freezer, not the door. Temperature fluctuations in the door can cause freezer burn and nutrient loss. Properly frozen purees maintain 95% of their nutritional value for up to 3 months. Label everything with the date and contents. I learned this after defrosting what I thought was sweet potato, but turned out to be carrots. When you're sleep deprived, all orange purees look the same. Pro tip, use masking tape and a Sharpie instead of fancy labels. Saves money and peels off easily for jar reuse. I saved the most powerful for last because this completely transforms how your baby experiences food. The flavor layering secret is what separates boring baby food from meals that create adventurous eaters. Most parents make plain single-ingredient purees, thinking babies can't handle flavor. But research shows that babies exposed to varied flavors before 12 months accept 70% more foods as toddlers. Start with your base puree, let's say butternut squash. Add a tiny pinch of cinnamon on day 1. Day 3, try a drop of coconut milk. Day 5, mix in some mild curry powder. You're training their palate gradually while keeping the base familiar. This is exactly how my grandmother fed babies in Jamaica. We never had baby food, just regular food prepared appropriately. Here's where it gets interesting. Once your baby masters basic flavors, create bridge purees that connect to family meals. Making curry chicken for dinner? Reserve some before adding salt. Blend it with sweet potato and a touch of the curry sauce. Baby gets the family flavors in safe form, and you're not making separate meals. The beauty of this system is that you're creating confident eaters while spending less money than those premium organic pouches that cost $2 each. Your homemade version costs about 30 cents per serving and contains 0 preservatives or mysterious ingredients. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, this sounds like a lot of work. But remember, we're not just feeding babies here. We're setting the foundation for a lifetime of healthy eating. One mama told me her 3-year-old now eats everything because she started with these flavor adventures as a baby. That's worth every minute of Sunday meal prep. The truth is, you already have everything you need to make restaurant-quality baby food that's safer and more nutritious than anything in those fancy pouches. You just needed someone to show you how. Start with one strategy this week. Maybe the smart swaps to reduce heavy metals. Next week, add the texture timeline. Before you know it, you'll be that parent other moms ask for baby food advice. Your baby deserves real food made with love, not mass-produced purees sitting on shelves for months. And you deserve to feel confident that you're giving them the absolute best start in life without breaking the bank or spending all day in the kitchen. If you want my complete heavy metal reduction food list, plus my done-for-you batch cooking schedules and flavor pairing guide, I've put together a free baby food blueprint. It includes my personal shopping lists, prep schedules, and even labels you can print at home. Because when we know better, we feed better. And that little person counting on you deserves nothing less than your very best.